Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome you aboard. We kindly ask that you fasten your seatbelt.
And eat your fucking nuts. This is Confessions on the Fly with
LJ
and Flight Attendant Joe. Hey guys, welcome back to Confessions on the Fly. We are here in Midnight Profit Production Studios in Hollywood, California. I could never say it right.
Every time. Let's try it again.
Okay.
Try to welcome again.
What?
It's fine.
No, I want this in the show.
I know, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay, all right, let me do this again. Hey guys, welcome to Profit.
Nope.
No, okay, no, I'm gonna get it.
I know.
I'm gonna get it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Confessions on the Fly with LJ and Flight Attendant Joe. We're coming to you live from Midnight Profit Productions in Hollywood, California.
Yes.
Across the street from the house from the patio. What was it?
It's not a patio.
Never mind. Hey guys, how you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great. I feel very muscular because I've been working out, and you look hot.
Well, we're going out later. So.
Are you dating again? Possibly.
You know.
That's a slutty outfit.
You're welcome.
Yeah, well, I like that you dress hoary when you come to work. That's always very, very important for me. It looks like one of your boobs could pop out.
Just a tit.
If you want to get 10,000 views for this episode.
Pop a tit.
Pop a tit. But this
go.
episode is not about us.
Oh, it's not?
No, unfortunately, it's not. Today we have a very, very special guest with us.
I'm very excited.
His name is Boris Millen. He is a flight attendant, and he is the author of the new book, The Common Sense of Flying, Your Guide to Stress-Free Travel.
Oh, wait, and his picture's on the back.
And his picture's on the back.
Boris and Natasha.
And his picture's going to be, his picture's right here.
The whole time.
Well, I don't think he's Russian.
No?
You're Cuban, right?
Hey guys, you're Cuban, 100%, honey.
Oh,
Sorry.
I think you just bursted her hymen again. So that was inappropriate.
Total fail on my board.
Welcome,
Not
Boris.
Russian.
Not Russian, Cuban. Hey, thanks for being with us today. Very, very excited. How you doing?
Thank you. Very good. Thank you for the invitation.
Oh, well, we're glad to have you here. It's very exciting. I want to jump right in. Tell everybody who you are, what you're about. Are you married? Are you single? That wouldn't work if we were doing a job interview, but we want to know all about you. Our viewers do, and we want to talk about your book. So go ahead. Who are you?
Well, I've been a flight attendant for almost 20 years. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
almost 19 years with my current employer and then another airline before that.
Wow.
And yes, I'm married.
Oh.
We just celebrated my second anniversary yesterday.
Oh, that's amazing. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Cool.
And I live in Fort Lauderdale, of course.
Oh, very nice.
Fabulous. Florida.
And are you a flight attendant that's based in South Florida, or do you commute?
No. I thank God I don't have to commute. I stopped that a long time ago.
Wow.
That's nice.
I'm based in South Florida, so
Very
I live in
nice.
South Florida. I live 5 minutes from work, which is awesome.
Wow.
I used to live in Sunrise, Florida. Do you know where that is?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, very close.
I used to work at the Sam's Club in Miramar, and I lived in Sunrise off Flamingo Road. So, do you live in that area, or do you live more
I
in
live by
Miami?
Las Olas. Do you know? Are you familiar?
I've been to Las Olas, yeah, of course.
It's really close to Fort Lauderdale Airport, 7 minutes.
Oh, that's
from
great.
Very nice.
That's very cool. If you see us looking over here, we're staring at his very handsome face. So we can't show you the live video, but you can see what he looks like right there. So we're dealing with a very sexy Cuban today.
I love it.
So let's just jump right into your book.
Yes.
Because
all right.
Congratulations on writing a book, number one.
Absolutely.
Thank you
and
so much.
publishing a book, because
Thank you.
yeah,
this one will tell you it's not an easy feat to do. He's published 2.
It's not
and
easy. Oh,
the third is on its way.
This isn't about me, but continue.
Well, you know.
Just kidding. I love this book, and when I first started reading it, I thought, damn it, I wish I would have wrote this book.
Really?
Yeah, because it's the book that every person, and I'm not exaggerating, and I read a lot of books. This book, every single human being who flies on an airplane needs to read this fucking book. Excuse my language. I swear a lot.
The purpose of it.
And I didn't see any bad words in it.
No bad words.
See?
Not on this one.
Wow, not
It's
in this
even
one.
a PG book.
It was fantastic. So what led you to tell us how you got the idea to write this book and what led you up to it?
Well, not only being a flight attendant, but we travel for fun a lot as well. So this is, I just wanted to give travelers an advice, not only from the traveler's point of view, but also for the flight attendant point of view. Basically, what to do or not to do when you fly.
Right.
And the reason why I didn't use any bad words, like you said before, is because I just wanted everybody to read it, to read the book.
Right.
Not only when you put like bad words, then immediately goes, over 18 years old.
Right.
I just wanted everybody to read it. I wanted everybody, to read that book and and learn from it.
So would you say it's a useful, handy guide for passengers just to get the inside scoop on what not to do and what to do when traveling?
Absolutely.
Okay.
As you can see, the book is it's like a guide from the moment you buy your ticket until you exit the airport.
Yes.
And in between, with little stories, flight attendant stories, of course. And let me tell you, all the stories in that book are my personal stories.
Okay.
That happened actually to me.
And that's what I want to jump into because, I know how to travel. So the best part of this book for me was all the stories. And I actually have a note here. It's on page 18 and 19. And it's the story about you guys holding the flight for a woman. And she came barreling down the jet bridge, stomping her feet, acting like a complete asshole. I'll swear. Acting like a complete asshole. Comes on the plane and then yells at Boris and says, "I'm never flying this airline again," after they delayed the flight for her.
I love it when the passengers, the first thing they come on the aircraft and do, especially when I'm lead flight attendant, is start unloading all of their anger onto you. I was like, that just sets the tone for the day, doesn't it?
When I read this story, this is what I wrote. I have a little note there because I take lots of notes when I read, and I wrote, I read this twice because it was such a great tale of how important people truly think they are. This is why I hate people.
Yeah.
So it's fascinating.
I mean, they really feel entitled when they travel today, and I see it every day. And this lady specifically, she didn't even apologize, and we did what we never do, was hold the aircraft for her.
Yeah.
And then instead of apologizing, everybody, this is a full flight. Imagine everybody's on board, everybody's silent, everybody's just looking at her. And then she's like blaming it on me.
Wow.
And which is funny, And that response that you see in the book is the same response that I give to people that do the same thing.
Really?
All the time.
I love that.
And it was like, what do you think everybody got here? Helicopter in, everybody went through the same traffic probably. So
right. Go ahead.
Sorry. Do you see a big difference since you've been in the industry for so long, for 20 years, do you see a big difference in the way people travel from 20 years ago to now? In the behavior of passengers? Is that one of the reasons why you decided to write the book? When did this kind of come about?
Absolutely. I totally can see the difference. And people, like I said before, I see more entitlement. Like people feel that they deserve things. and like I said in the book, there's no reason to be aggressive or rude or anything to a flight attendant, And I tried to mention it during the whole book, like being nice to a flight attendant can get you far. And, you guys know this.
Oh, absolutely.
And absolutely. People, especially the holidays, during the holidays, people are just horrible. They're just rude and horrible to us. And they treat us like servants sometimes. I feel like, they really believe that we're servants or something.
Which is shocking because it's supposed to be the holiday season or Advent or whatever you want to, it's supposed to be the time when you're coming together and being extra kind and generous and loving. And that is the time when people are turn into monsters.
Well, and they are monsters.
I'm super that's honestly what I'm stressed about personally, is that time of year when I have to literally be on the defensive for 2 weeks of like, please don't hit me, please don't verbally assault me or physically assault me.
One thing that I learned through all these years is like nothing gets to me. And I actually make fun of them. I actually laugh at them. When people try to be rude. I don't let, and I tell the young flight attendants right now, I said, don't get anything personal. You don't know what people's
Going through
story are, or you don't know what the issue is. You know, I mean, remember rude people like that, people that's so miserable. They're miserable like that at home as well.
Yeah.
Right.
So I just feel bad for the wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, or whatever that has to deal with him or her. So I just don't let it, don't take it personal at all.
And I'm sure there's people listening right now who are not flight attendants who are like, oh, listen to them just bashing us. And all I'm going to say is this: don't be an asshole, and you won't fall under that umbrella of us talking about you. If you're offended by this, if you're offended that we're talking about passengers who act like animals, there's a high probability
that you might be one of them.
That you could be one of them. Yeah. So just don't be. Be nice. Be kind.
It's a reality.
Right.
It's a reality. The reality is, and you know me, Joe. I mean, I'm one of the nicest flight attendants you're ever gonna have on a flight.
Yes.
And I will do anything for you. And like I mentioned in the book, all you have to do is be nice and treat me with respect. And I'll do, and I will bend over.
I don't think that's in the book.
Don't worry, it's perfect for him.
That's in the extra bonus purchase on Amazon.
Oh my God.
But go ahead. I'm sorry. You can't lead me up to these things.
No.
But I'll do anything for you, and all you have to do is be nice. But at the same time, I will not put up with your shit. I just not. And that's it. And I'm gonna treat you the same way you treated me.
And it's fascinating that you say don't put up with people's shit, because I feel like customer service has what the expectations of people are. The passengers can come on board the plane and they can say, I'm going to treat you like shit because you're working on this airplane, and if you don't do exactly what I do, and I'm going to say whatever the hell I want to say, and if you say one word to me, I'm going to write a letter and you're going to get fired.
Or I'm going to tweet.
Exactly.
Or that's even worse. I'm going to tweet. I'm going to get my drink from you and tweet that you're a piece of shit flight attendant, and then when you land, your supervisor is going to be talking to you.
I love it when they curse at you too. I'm like, that's not going to get you anywhere. If somebody curses at me, I say we're not doing that today, or I just laugh. I laugh a lot, like you. I laugh. I'm like,
you just have to ignore them.
Yeah.
Ignore them is the best you can do. Is just kicking off the airplane.
But now you've been a flight attendant for 20 years now. Do you feel like? Oh, hold on, that was 98, right? I'm cute. I don't do math. So 98, like how much of a change have you seen? Because I've only been a flight attendant for 11 years in the way passengers act towards flight attendants.
I'm not sure about this, but I think it's like as the prices get cheaper, I think you get the people that don't, that never flew before.
Right.
A lot of people have more opportunities to fly. I mean, I'm not saying that. I don't know. I don't.
Are you trying to say like the Greyhound mentality?
Exactly.
Because I'll say it.
You get a lot of that. And you get a lot of that. I mean, you see it. Some tickets for $30.
There's $30 tickets.
My lift is more expensive to work.
Exactly.
There's $30 tickets, and you can fly.
And go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No,
I mean.
Stop it. You go. Finish your thought.
No, it's just it's definitely different. I can totally see it. People used to respect flight attendants before way better than now. I mean, that's 100%.
I find that fascinating too, because when I am at Starbucks right before I go to the airport, or grabbing something to eat really quickly right before I go into the airport, everyone's like, "Oh my God, you're a flight attendant? How amazing! How glamorous!" I was like, "Where are you?" Because once I'm on the plane, I feel like a leper.
I agree.
And you people, but like off the plane, you're fascinated. It's so cute and kitschy, and you look so great in your uniform and and all this stuff. But like once I'm on the plane, where are those people?
Right. I agree. I think it's the glamour of being a flight attendant, but then once these people get to the airport and they go through, and I understand that. I understand, you're carrying your kids, you're going to Orlando, you're going through TSA, you're being searched, your gate changes, your flight's delayed. You come on the airplane, you're upset, and I understand that, but don't be an asshole to me.
Yeah.
But this is what this book is all about. Exactly that, what you just mentioned. It's like we all go through this. When I travel for fun, I go through the same TSA. I go through the same. But I give myself time, and I do the things that I explain in the book, so I don't stress myself.
Yes.
And this is exactly what I always thought, that people give themselves as much stress as they want to have.
Right.
If you don't have to have a stressful flight. You really don't. You give it to yourself. If you get to the airport at the last minute and you don't give yourself time, of course you're gonna be stressed.
Yes.
I mean, give yourself some time. You know, that's just to give you an example.
No,
And your flight will be better.
I love I love how you did this book too, because it goes, you know, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, you need to buy this book and you need to read it. I don't care if you've been on an airplane. There's that you talked about. I was on the second page. So I was just, let me tell you a quick story. I was just in North Carolina with my husband, and he purchased a ticket on American Airlines to fly back home, and he purchased it through his work travel agency. And it said seat 12C. And I was like, okay, well, the day before he was traveling, it was 34E. Because he went through a third party and didn't go through the airline. And on the second page, you literally say, like, be aware that if you don't purchase directly through the airline, your seat is not confirmed. You have to call. And I was reading this, and I told Matt, I said, oh my God, what happened to you the other day is on the second page.
It's right there.
Yes. And you see, I just saw the commercial for one of those agencies with Kelly Cuoco. And she said it on TV, and she goes, oh, airline, you get it cheaper. No, it's not true. That's a total myth.
Yeah.
And it's just the way you have to read the small print.
Yep.
You do not get a cheaper ticket on an airline if you buy it through Expedia or any other third party. It's like going when you go to a hotel.
Yeah.
You get to a hotel, you may not get what you ask for it because you bought it through a third party. I recommend everybody to do it directly with the airlines.
Yes.
It's the best thing. You can choose your seat, and anything that happens, you deal directly with the airline, and you don't have to deal with those third party.
The devil is always in the details.
The devil is in the details and sometimes in my pants.
Make it simple for yourself. I love that you say make it simple for yourself, and why make things harder? And
the title, The Common Sense of Flying,
which I think is fantastic,
which is amazing, because I always say, where did they leave their brains at home?
Yes.
Did people leave? Like, how can you get on the airplane the way you act and pay your cable bill? Like, it's just like people seem to just be in a daze at the airport. And the way you set this up is it's almost like a checklist. It's like prepare for your trip, pack for your trip. You wrote right here, which I love, just because, page 15, ladies and gentlemen, because I know you've already gone and bought the book on Amazon or downloaded the ebook, please. Just because you can fit everything inside your bag doesn't mean the bag will fit on the airplane.
Exactly, and you see it every day, especially I do a lot of international flights, and people put on those bags. I mean, my God, like dead bodies. I swear.
Right.
I mean, you see those backpacks. They look like
I know
huge, and you know they're not gonna fit.
Right.
It's exactly that. Well, you can fit it at home. You can put a dead body inside that bag. Doesn't mean that the dead body fit on the airplane. You know, and I tell them, I joke around with the passengers. I say, who's here?
Right.
You know, who do you bring? Your husband inside here? I mean, no, it's crazy. Right. It's crazy what people do with it.
I have a question. What do you think is the most important chapter or your favorite chapter in the book?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's a good question. It's like asking me what's my favorite son or my favorite kid.
Well, everyone has a favorite. Oh, sex and porn? Oh my God! How did I miss chapter 12?
That's a good one. That's a good one. Actually, I had to ask. Someone asked me if that was actually true. And the other day, the story that I had there, it happened again. And I'm like, oh my God, are you serious? Are you serious? It's just like, it's so funny that people actually do that stuff on the airplane.
Never a dull moment.
I don't even like pulling my pants down an inch. Well, wait a minute. That does not
sound good.
That sounds terrible for my penis size.
Right.
But I don't like taking down my pants at all. Did I say an inch? Yeah, I'm like the angry inch. Yeah. That is not a confession, ladies and gentlemen. That was a mistake.
It's a mistake.
I'll show you right now.
No.
Boris? No. But I don't even like taking off. Why do I keep saying that? I don't even like peeing in the bathroom, and people are in there fucking.
No, me neither.
It's a.
And I talk about it, and I talk about it in the book. It's like I don't. Ooh, no. I mean, my bare ass is not gonna touch any wall
No.
inside the bathroom.
What was your? Let me ask you. What was your?
So that's your favorite. I just want to just be clear. That's the favorite.
Sex and porn.
My favorite is like the plain etiquette chapter.
Plain etiquette.
I think it's I don't know the name of the chapter, but it's when I divide it by
Gotcha.
Oh, that is a great chapter.
Plain
It's chapter 9.
Cabin etiquette.
I have a sticky
Cabin
note.
etiquette.
I have a sticky
Cabin
note.
etiquette.
He talks
Second favorite chapter is sex and porn.
He talks about bag placement, armrests, reclining seats. I actually put a sticky there because I loved this chapter. Chapter 9.
I mean, it's not a Bible, like I said. There, it's not. This is not a written Bible. But it's plain etiquette. Things that we, through surveys, And I did a research. They did a lot of surveys for some reason in the UK about this, and like the middle seat. When you sit in the middle seat, you get to have. And it's also common sense, like the name of the book
You get
says.
both armrests.
Yes,
It's common sense, guys. It's common
it's
sense.
just not being a dick.
Exactly.
It's not being a dick.
Don't be a
Right. No, you talked about that. Because we both have in common that we've written books and published books, what is your favorite part of the writing process? What is your favorite part?
It's just letting it all out. Like I have this inside me for so long. It's like I need to let people know how to behave on an airplane. It's like kids. It's like you have to teach kids how to behave. Your kids. And I just wanted the whole world to know. Right. And I didn't do this for money or anything. I really, really, truly I just wanted to share to the world how to behave inside the airplane, because believe it or not, and you guys know this, how people behave, and it's just unbelievable. And you and like I said at the beginning, when you think that you saw everything, you've seen everything, there comes someone and takes a trophy for worst passenger of the day,
right?
And it's just like amazing for me. So it took a little time, but I just wanted to let it out. It's like talking to a psychiatrist. It's like you want to let it out.
It was, it was cathartic. It made you feel. It was almost like therapy for you. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, absolutely. It's all
I find
out
writing
there
to be like that too.
Do you have any tips for somebody who's still finishing her first book?
Oh yes, LJ's writing a book. Give her some advice. She never listens to me.
I always.
You just write it. I mean, I just one day just started. I mean, I was thinking about it for years and years and years and years, and all my friends were like, I'm gonna write a flight attendant book, and there's amazing books like yours, of course, but
he loves it.
I mean, your book is amazing.
Well, my book is about dick jokes. Your book is actually educational.
Practical advice.
You could read this to your kids and they'll grow up and they'll be better airline passengers.
It's true.
Exactly. Yeah. And this is, and like I said in the book, sometimes it's not even the kids, it's the adults.
Always.
It's the kids are fine,
That is always my go-to line when people are apologizing for their children on a plane. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I was like, I don't care about the kids. The adults are 90% worse. And I walk away because I say it loud enough so people around can hear too. Right. Because settle down. Don't be a jerk.
Don't be a douche nozzle.
I had a baby. I have an infant with, the parents. And let me tell you, they left a mess. It was such a mess. And can you believe the mother said to me before they left, oh, it's the baby. I was like, for real? You're blaming your own infant for the mess you left on the I mean, it's just crazy what people do. And, they leave the Pampers on the floor and
diapers
and all that stuff. And it's just the diapers.
Oh,
and it's
people are disgusting.
Nice.
It's disgusting.
No.
People are disgusting. What was I going to say? That's so interesting that you bring up the parents and the kids, both of you, because I remember one time I was trying to tell a kid to put his seatbelt on and the parent was like, he doesn't listen to me.
That's a parent.
Have you ever heard that? Have you ever got that? Like, he doesn't listen to me. And so I leaned down and I said, hey, listen, Billy, if you don't put your seatbelt on, Daddy's going to leave you behind. You're going to live here in Houston. Guess what he did? He put the fucking seatbelt on. And the dad's like, thank you. I was like, you need to tip me for that.
I use that one. That was a good one.
Yeah, he cried for a while, but kids cry. They're awful. I want to talk about a story you wrote in here. It's on page 3839. It's where you were at your airport and your flight was delayed, but there was another airplane, so you guys all got together, you and the crew figured it out, and you were able to switch to that plane. Do you know the story I'm talking about?
Yes.
Fill us in.
Yes, go ahead,
so
please.
Funny. When the storms and the delays, they change gates, and we had to wait for this flight from New York. I think we were going to international flight, and we saw another airplane. They were standing like right there. Mm-hmm. So the captain went through like people that he knew, cooperations, just to do a favor. Mm-hmm. And because we were delayed like 4 or 5 hours, we were going to have to wait 4 hours.
Awful.
So of course, they at the end, they give us the airplane. So when they make the PA, the announcement that we have to change, I'm not kidding you. This is from gate, like I think it was one gate next to the other. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. It was like, I don't know what it was like. You remember the movie Airplane? No coffee.
Yes,
yes. Got crazy. It was like that. It was like, and we were doing a favor.
Right.
I mean, I wanted to go as well, because,
of
we
course.
don't pay. But it was just crazy, and he was doing a favor, and people got crazy because they had to move not even 100 feet away from, to go to the next gate so we can go on time.
Wow.
And it's just crazy how people react to,
I have a sticky note here, and I wrote, again, I hate people. Because I'm reading this and I'm like, oh my God, somebody wrote these stories and didn't use bad words.
It's
Congratulations.
impressive.
I hate people. I hate stupid people.
Possible.
I shouldn't say hate. Hate is a very strong word. We talked about that last episode, but I dislike stupidity.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Stupidity. No common sense.
And
zero common sense.
And that's why you have the book called The Common Sense of Flying.
Sense of flying, exactly.
Tell me about when you got you recently, because you're a new author and it's exciting getting great reviews, but we also get negative reviews.
Yes.
And you and I actually talked before. Tell me about, or tell us about your negative review you got from someone on Amazon, because that's fascinating to me.
It was very, as you can see, all my reviews are pretty good.
5 stars, right?
Yeah, actually, my sister did a review. It's my sister, and they took it away. So my family's not there.
Right.
So all those are real reviews. And but one person gave me 1 star and said that it was flight attendant rants, and the book was extremely negative. And,
Don't read Joe's book.
If you look at my book. Yeah, it was book. But the other thing is, maybe I look at that person's, the books that they've been reading, and first of all, I was very excited because, it was a guy from Shanghai.
That's amazing. So you're international. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So it was good. So I know, I was good. But I was very surprised, actually, because this book is not negative at all. I don't think this is and this is a reality. I mean, if you see it as a negative, or if you the person said they I don't know, it's a she or he, this person knew all that, so he didn't need any help or read that book at all. But if you read the back of the book, that tells you what the book is all about. I mean, maybe that person was looking for some they saw stress-free, thought it was like kind of like I don't know,
meditation on an airplane.
Meditation book.
Go do yoga in the back galley.
And that person, all the books that he or she reviewed before, it's all about that, religion, etc. So maybe he or she got a little bit confused. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe.
Well, I love that you stalked all the other stuff he was reading. Now you're acting like me.
Yeah.
I'm like, who?
Besides, I was very. Listen, this book is not for everyone, and and when you have a restaurant, when you have anything, and the books are very personal. And this book is from my heart, and it's really, really to teach others what to do, what not to do on an airplane, or when they travel. Right. And at any point, it was, I didn't think it as a negative book or anything like that. But when someone gives you such a bad review, it almost looked like it was on purpose, and it was very, very disappointing. But thanks to you, we talked, and then we like, you're gonna get more of those.
Oh yeah, I mean. When I first wrote my first book and I started getting 1 stars, and people were like, this is the most disgusting human being on the planet. He talks like he's 13. He shouldn't even write an essay. Like they were brutal. And at first I was like, I will find you and I will fucking run you over with an A330. And my manager said, don't be upset. That means more people outside of your scope
Are going to read it.
are reading it. And so that's good. And you're not going to make everyone happy. Even though my disclaimer in my first book is there's a lot of inappropriate shit in this book.
If that's not your style.
And the title has the word fuck in it. So
exactly.
But your book is educational, it's informative, it's to the point, it's got great stories. So
I think the intention is extremely clear with it too.
And I don't know if you can tell, it's very easy reading. Like I didn't want to use any difficult word, it's like for everyone, you know, I just want everybody to understand and clearly and no problem, understanding the book and what the rules are.
If every person who flies on an airplane read this book, our jobs would be easier. So, airline passengers buy it, flight attendants, we are so grateful. Every flight attendant should be grateful that you've written this book because it's setting up, hopefully, people to think, I don't have to be an asshole on the airplane. No. It's not that bad. It's easy.
I saw a friend of mine the other day on the airplane by the airport, and he actually bought the book, and he had it with him. And he saw me, and he asked me to sign it. He said, "Oh my God." But then he's so funny because one of those days with the delays, and then he took the book and this is in the middle of the terminal. He goes, "Listen, people, you need to buy this book."
Only in South Florida. Only in South Florida can you get away with that.
I love
it.
But
that's amazing. No, everyone does need to buy this book.
Good publicity in the airport.
Everybody does need to read this book. It's
great.
Funny. So we want to thank you for being on the show. I want to give you a few minutes.
Thank you, guys.
Where can people find this book? Where can they find you on social media? Sell yourself like you're a hoe.
And then before we leave, I want to...
Oh, and then we're going to play a little game with you. It's going to be fun.
The book is, of course, available on Amazon. So it's on ebook, it's on hardcover as well, and also on paperback. I know, fancy. On Amazon, you can get the 3, and also it's on Barnes & Noble online. You can get the hard copy. And Amazon, it's on Amazon.
And do you have a website? Do you have social media? Are you on Instagram? Do you want people to follow you or no?
Absolutely. My Instagram is at FLL Blue Guy, FLL Blue Guy, and my Twitter is Milan Boris, Milan with 2 L's. Milan Boris. At Milan Boris, that's my Twitter account. You can also, have my blog page, airtravelandtips.com.
Very nice. And we'll go ahead and put that all, we're going to list that all on the episode so that people can easily find you and start following you and buy the book because you need it. Don't tell me you know how to fucking fly on an airplane because you don't. All right, LJ has this fun little game she likes to play.
We play Rapid Fire in season 1, and it became a big hit. So if you're game, we have 10 fast rapid fire questions for you. If you are game, what do you think?
Let's do it.
All right.
You have to take your shirt off first. No, you don't. I will. Hold on. I'll just show a little hair.
Yeah, get it.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh my God, you're married. I shouldn't even be doing that.
Stop it. Get it together.
I'm married too. Okay, play your game.
So
play your game.
Pop one out? Okay, no, I'm kidding.
Play your game.
And here we go. Ready? Rapid fire. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. What is your favorite layover?
San Jose.
Beautiful. Never leave home without
my phone.
Okay. What would you prefer, kids or pets on a plane? Kids or pets? Pets. What would you rather serve, Diet Coke or coffee?
Coffee.
One place you've never visited and can't wait to go?
Egypt.
Delays or cancellations?
Cancellation.
Yes.
Are you a red-eye person or an early morning flight?
No, I'm not. I'm late.
Red eyes?
No, a morning. Sorry, I didn't hear you before.
Morning. Okay. First thing you do once you get to the hotel?
Take my clothes, my uniform off.
Are you go out or a slam clicker?
I'm a go out guy.
Okay.
He's Cuban. Of course he's going out.
Favorite position, lead flight attendant or aft flight attendant?
I got this question so wrong.
Depends.
Favorite position. She leads with favorite position because she's dirty. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm not dirty. I'm a very nice girl.
I'm sorry. Let him answer. Top or bottom?
I used to like lead, but now lately I just want to be in the back, not to,
I love it in the back.
Yeah, I love it.
And we're we're gonna end.
No, I love
on
working
that.
in the back. Is that it? Is that 10 questions?
That's 10 questions. Boris
Amazing.
takes likes the.
Boris likes it in the back like Joe does. Let him not. I'm sure your husband knows. Thank you so much, Boris. I hope we weren't too inappropriate.
I love it.
You're amazing. Please buy this book. I'm
Thank
telling
you.
you need it. Find it. Amazon. Have a great
Thank
day. Thank you. You're the best.
Thanks
Thank
so
you guys
much.
so much.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Have a great day, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for
Thank you.
listening. And we'll see you next time on Confessions on the Fly with
LJ.
and Flight Attendant Joe.
Thanks for watching Confessions on the Fly with LJ and Flight Attendant Joe. Click the notification bell, subscribe below, and for more videos you can click right here. See you soon.